I got to see the series and it's amazing. One of the things that really stuck to me is how inclusive and how queer it is, and the impressive amount of diversity in the characters and the storylines. Can you talk a little bit about what it has meant for each of you to be in a series like that?
Well, I think it's great. We've made some choices that really create an ambiguity to the story that is fluid. It's changing. I think it's also really refreshing when you get someone you don't expect in a part, and I think that's always the blessings that we have in making these creative choices.
Yeah, I'm really happy about it. I'm really excited. I think it's great. I think representation is so important. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. But to the underrepresented, you feel it very strongly. I think it's important that, the world catches up, or rather media catches up, and, understands that there's more than one story to tell. And it makes the world of an impact to children to see people who represent themselves, who look like them, to be out there on TV. Because like it or not, what we consume in the media, like whether it be books or newspapers, magazines, TV shows, it all has an effect on your perception of the world. And I feel like when you understand, just feeling like you belong and feeling like you can exist in any space that you want to, representation helps with that. And I'm happy with seeing, I'm happy with seeing, several, actors of color, several queer characters, so that it's not just one, token role, but, there's just a bunch of different types of representation, because minorities aren't a monolith, and you can't just represent that with one person, per minority. It doesn't really work like that. So I'm really happy with the way they did this, and the variety there is. And I think it's, a bit more reflective of the world that we live in today.
Yeah, I think that's true, and it's really powerful. So, Vanesu, this is your first role, which I was shocked by because I saw the performance and then I saw the IMDb. How is it, coming in? You get to do so many different things and show so many different levels as a performer. How was this as a first time out the gate for you?
Man, yeah, it really was like my first time out the gate, because I had done things, some small things, but I didn't really have much of an opportunity to do as much as I did here. And, when I got this, how layered Rose is and all of the scenarios that she goes through, like, it's almost like I've lived several lives at this point with her. It was just a blessing, honestly, an honor, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity that I, was given. I think it definitely stretched me, just, being able to do this for several months. This is the longest shoot that I've had thus far. So like just kind of stretching me as an actor and like expanding me, I was able to grow so much. And I, was able to, give a lot, hopefully.
Yeah, well, it definitely came through. Boyd, the Corinthian is this charming monster, and he's queer, so obviously our audience is going to be very, very excited to meet him. What was it about him that you connected with? And do you think that's important when you're playing a villain, that you find the humanity in them?
Yeah, well, I felt like he was an outsider, something that I definitely can relate to. I'm sure many people can relate to, and a person that just wants to belong and who's not really has any, his sexual preferences, it's per person. It's not really any sort of set demographic, because he's just so fascinated with humanity itself and all the different flavors and tastes that come along with that. I feel like he's at a buffet. he's really, and he's going back for seconds. So
Well, he
yeah,
has the equipment for it. So.
yeah. He's prepared.
Awesome. This has been so great. Congratulations on the series. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.